Hello there, good evening, and many thanks for joining us again on another fresh edition of your very favorite program, the Newscope. My name is Kelvin Samuel, reporting on duty tonight to pilot the affairs of the Newscope for this week. And just in case you are not aware, Newscope is coming to you live on Star Time Channel 103, and of course all our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget that the Newscope is a special program of the Nigerian Television Authority where we bring you up to date of events and happenings, some within the state and others across the shores of the state, all in a bid to keep you at the shores of your seat and of course ensure that you are well informed. Tonight is another exception, as we already have outlines of stories that will really what's the why. And tonight we have the intercultural marriage between an Igbo boy who came all the way from Ebonyi State to Akwa Ibom State, Nsibom local government area, Sam Anoke Chukwudi, who got married traditionally to a daughter of Nsibom local government area, and I'm talking about Abigail Peters. The Newscope captured that and will be coming your way in a moment. We also captured the view of school dancers and what they think about waist dance. That also will be coming your way. What do you think when you see people dancing the waist dance? That you will get to find out more in the course of the Newscope tonight. And also you may be aware that cow bones are not just to be thrown away. There are more to cow bones now than just to eat and throw away. Tonight you will get to find out what more can I do with those bones, or is it just to be thrown away? And of course, we didn't forget to capture the visit of the Akwa Ibom State Governor to the family of a Nollywood makeup artist, Abigail Frederick, who died alongside Junior Pope in the most boat mishap somewhere in Asaba, in Asaba. That's about 2 weeks ago or thereabout, where the governor had to visit the family himself and made sure things went normal. And this will be coming your way just after the news with Danny May Uko. I'm sure Danny May is ready to bring us up to date of what we have on the news tonight. Danny May, over to you.
Thank you so much, Kelvin. Let's begin the news from the religious cycle, where to survive the storms of life, Christians must raise a foundation which is built on Christ. This is the position of some clergymen in Uyo metropolis as Christians gathered at various denominations for Sunday service. Etienne Ibanga reports.
Being in the presence of God every Sunday has become a lifestyle for many Christians. While some persist that it provides them with the avenue to sing and appreciate God for sustaining and protecting them, others note the trend as a requirement for every believer of Christ.
It's loving being in the presence of God. You feel joy, you feel peace being in the presence of God. So I advise every Christian to be in the presence of God and seek God always.
From the pulpits, ministers of the gospel are calling on worshippers to be mindful of the foundation they lay for their families and professional lives.
Foundation can be physical or spiritual. We have a personal foundation. You don't know what you do because you form a foundation. Foundation that your life and destiny is built upon. Very careful in your relationship, very careful in your character and attitude, very careful in what you do because they will soon form a foundation for you.
The Christian clerics also advise Christian faithful to be steadfast in the Lord despite changes in times and seasons.
We need this weekly Bible class prayer in order to update and to revive your spirit. The goal of Christianity is not only to congregate on it, is to make heaven.
Beginning a week with dedication and commitment to service of God and humanity, many believe will enhance societal growth and peaceful coexistence.
Still from the church, difficulty is only experienced by man and not God. And so for people to scale through difficult moments in life, there is need for a total surrender to God. This is part of the views of Christian faithful in Uyo on how to cope with life's difficulties. Etienne Ibanga again tells us more.
Different strokes for different folks. One may say, as Nigerians in Uyo note that no situation is beyond divine intervention, while the people speak out on their thoughts, clergymen opine that though difficulty may arise, the tough time is not meant to last because God has a way of escape.
There is no difficulty that was made to last. So there's always a way of escape from difficult times. He said the suffering is just for a while. He will make you perfect. He will establish you. He will strengthen you and he will settle you. Difficulty is only experienced by man, not by God. Because God is the owner of everything. He's the owner of heaven and earth. Things are not difficult with God. The Bible says, for with God all things are possible.
The clerics also add that for Christians to cope in difficult times, they must believe in God as they strengthen their faith through the scriptures.
You have faith in God and hold on to the promises of God. You must be a man that knows the word of God. It is only the word of God that is your way of escape out of difficult times. If anybody wants to survive this time, he will surrender himself to God. This is not the first time the world is being difficult. He has been here before. Those who trusted the Lord were permanently and securely protected.
Some respondents say though times can be breaking, they choose to refuse to be weighed down, but rather on the sunny side of life.
Christians have to stand on the firm foundation of Christ before they can make it up.
You believe in the word of God, you go into prayers and have faith that whatsoever you are wishing God to do for you, that it will happen.
Having hope in the word of God and believing totally what God asks us to do and doing same, I think is the sure way to go by this difficult time.
As the word of God says, good time and in bad time belongs to God. So in this hard time, we live by the word.
Although the time is hard, based on the biblical principles and the ideology that we've built so far, it helps us to cope.
What Christians should do is to pray to God. You see God in time of need, God will answer you. So prayer is the key to all difficulties.
Many opine that extending a helping hand to those in need, especially at difficult moments, will go a long way to adding value to lives. Etienne Ibanga, NTA News.
Let's move to neighboring Cross River, where the state governor, Senator Bassi Otu, is urging Christians to participate in societal activities and governance to enable them defend the faith and laws towards promoting a healthy and developed society. The governor emphasized this when leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria, South Zone, paid a courtesy visit to him. Justina Etim has details.
After its zonal executive meeting held in Calabar, the Christian Association of Nigeria, South Zone, deemed it necessary to visit the governor and pray with him in fulfillment of the biblical injunction on Christians to continually pray for leaders. Chairman of CAN, South Zone applauds achievements of Governor Tu within few months in office, which cuts across reforms in educational, health, agricultural sectors as well as infrastructural developments, describing it as a practical demonstration of love to the people.
We need to appreciate and commend your efforts for the good works you are doing. From the ongoing renovation of the State Library and the 1111 stop to the complete remodeling of the Jew Garden, each project reflects a commitment and excellence.
Governor Tu, who believes that power belongs to God, says the church has a role to play in choosing leaders towards fostering a secured and progressive society.
Before this time, Christians particularly have been very nonchalant and lackadaisical about people who rule them. And when this happens, leadership goes to anywhere. And before you know it, the society is so twisted.
part of the appeals brought before the governor by the Christian Association of Nigeria South-South Zone includes the need to build a befitting ecumenical center and a secretariat in the state, as well as provision of logistics to promote propagation of the gospel. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
Away from religious matters, Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekpo has assured the Akwa Ibom State government of the ministry's resolve to unlock the economic potentials of gas resources in the state. The minister stated this during a courtesy visit by the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Pastor Umoino, to his office at the NNPC Towers, Abuja. Lydia Sampson reports.
The governor, accompanied by Speaker Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udama Mutom, and other key players from the state, said the visit was to solicit areas of cooperation in effectively harnessing untapped gas deposits in the state for economic development.
Akwa Ibom has one of the largest deposits of gas in this country. And I don't think it is an error that the President and Commander-in-Chief brought someone from Akwa Ibom to be in charge of gas. And we have come to say we want to partner with you at this time, not only as your brothers, but because we have what it takes to partner with you. We want to work with your ministry.
He assured that Akwa Ibom is ready and willing to work with the federal government to build infrastructure towards harnessing gas resources in the state. The minister reiterates that gas development is the way to go, as it is regarded globally as a transition fuel.
I promise you that we will work in collaboration with your government to make sure we utilize the gas in Akwa Ibom for the development of Akwa Ibom and development of other parts of the country.
He says federal government is determined to work with stakeholders, including subnationals, to deepen gas development and utilization. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Let's now join our sports desk for the latest from the world of sports. Oche Mbede is our guide.
The world record-breaking exploit of Nigerian chess player Tunde Onakayo has received some presidential recognition back home in Nigeria. Onakayo spent an astonishing 58 hours playing the game non-stop in the heart of New York City's Times Square, shattering the previous record of the longest continuous chess marathon. In the president's congratulatory message on X, President Bola Tinubu celebrated the Nigerian chess champion and founder of the Chess in Slum Africa for the rare feat, especially for the reason driving the compelling demonstration of character, which is raising funds for African children to learn and find opportunity through chess. To Beach Soccer, as chairman of the Jigawa Golden Star team, has commended his player for securing a fourth place finish at the recently concluded National Beach Soccer Championship held in Kebbi State. NTA's correspondent Awal Muhammad Kazari reports that it will be the first tournament attended by the team since his coming on board.
That makes the Jigawa Golden Star Beach Soccer Club to Super Pro Club. That means we are moving to second round, which will take place inshallah at Anambra State.
And finally to tennis, as it will be another crackdown for Stefanos Tsitsipas, who secured a hard-fought 7-5, 6-4, 6-2 semi-final win in the Barcelona Open over Dotsan to set up a final clash with Norwegian third seed Casper Ruud. Fifth seed Stefanos, who is chasing his second title of the season after he dismantled Ruud 6-1, 6-4 to win the Monte Carlo Masters last week for the third time in 4 years, will be looking to beat Ruud again, who earlier secured his place in the finals by beating Argentina's Thomas 7-6, 6-4 in the other semi-finals. Similarly, former Wimbledon champion Gabin Muguruza has confirmed the retirement from tennis in Madrid on Saturday. The Venezuela-born Muguruza, who turned professional in 2012 and won her first Grand Slam in 2016, has not played since January 2023 and last March, where she announced she was taking an extended break from tennis. With sports update, Oche Mbedi, NTA News.
We'll take a commercial break. When we return, Kelvin Samuel will be on hand for Newscope. Please stay with us.
second NTA Uyo Virtual Children's Paper Presentation.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Children, get ready. Put your thoughts together in a well-articulated pattern to paper and stand a chance of winning fantastic prizes. Submit a write-up on the given themes.
Junior category 8 to 11 years.
The impact of skill acquisition on the education of the child.
Senior category 12 to 15 years.
The effect of social media on parents-children relationship. Shortlisted candidates will be invited for virtual paper presentation via Zoom and grand finale. Interested schools should register and submit entries on or before May 16, 2024.
Rate 20,000 naira for 5 entries per school. Venue NTA Channel 12 for Kaitinen Road, Uyo, or NTA Uyo at yahoo.co.uk.
First prize 100,000 naira. Second prize 70,000 naira. And third prize 50,000 naira. Plus many consolation prizes.
For inquiries, please call Ekaite on 0904 643 6412.
Emem on 0803 657 9721. And Miriam on 0806 429 4907. Our children, teach them well and let them lead.
Enjoy the delicious creamy goodness of cowbells. With Vitarich and vitamin B9, which supports brain development.
Cowbell, so creamy, so good.
Hello there. Many thanks for still keeping faith with us, and welcome to the completion of the Newscope. And if you're just joining us, this has been the Newscope of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Channel 12, reaching you on Star Times Channel 103, and of course all our social media platforms on Facebook and the YouTube. Now to the rest of the stories for tonight on the Newscope. Samuel Anoke Chukwudi and the love of his life, Abigail Peters, have tied the nuptial knot according to the traditions of the people of Nuakban, the Ibom local government area of Akwa Ibom State. Corresponding report that the marriage has further added to the long list of intercultural marriages between Igbos and Akwa Ibom people. The report. The traditional marriage between Abigail Peters from Sidibom local government area of Akwa Ibom State and Samuel Anoke Chukwudi of Onja local government area of Ebonyi State attracted friends and loved ones from across the country who were on ground to share in the joy of the couple. The arrival of the groom's family signaled the commencement of the traditional marriage rites as they were quickly ushered in for the sumptuous meal referred to as Odiangibe.
Okay, this one I did
Parents of the bride were thereafter ushered into the arena in crown style. The groom and his beautiful bride stepped in to the cheering of the crowd. With the marital rite completed, parental blessings were released on them for a joyous marital experience.
Your family in Rome, I
strongly believe that today will mark a new beginning in his life. I wish him all the best. wishing the best in marriage, long life and prosperity.
I wish them a happy married life. I wish them fruitfulness. I wish them joy, peace, and progress in their marriage.
The Bible says, "He that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor in the Lord." Therefore, I pray as a senior brother to them that their marriage will enjoy fruitfulness. They will encounter the blessings of God. Everything that the Lord put together for marriage shall be theirs.
Full of hope and gratitude to God for the success, the couple speak on their dream home as a pledge to love one another forever.
At some point, I began to pray some dangerous prayers, telling God that, see, just do what you know is best for me. You don't need my permission. So part of which is I would love to get married, and of course to this wonderful woman, Abigail. And so what started like a mere wish for me today is a reality, and I'm very grateful. Abigail is God-fearing. Abigail is hope. Abigail is a big-time supporter.
It's the kind of man I wanted to settle down with, and I'm happy that it's actually him, because he's someone who motivates me. He's someone who wants the best for me. I think he even wants the best for me more than he does for himself.
Friends and family members were not left behind as they wished them a fruitful marriage.
Marriage, they will bear children. Whatever good thing that comes with marriage, they will have it in full. God will satisfy them with long life. Their children will be a blessing to them.
So wish him all the best. Wish him good things that comes with a married life. Wish him abundance of blessings. Wish him children, and every other thing he wishes himself and the family.
I wish them all the blessings, growth, love, and then in all things, commitment to each other.
And I'm so happy. I give God all the glory for today. I wish him all the best. This marriage will lead him to perpetuity, more children, more blessing, increase on every side.
The traditional marriage featured cutting of the marriage cake, traditional rites and special prayers for the couple, and the music went on. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel.
Congratulations to the new couples as we wish them marital bliss. Now moving forward, the most dreaded joke in the Nigerian social and family cycle today is a call for DNA tests, which clears doubt about the paternity of a child. It is observed that any little doubt about a child's paternity can jeopardize the bond of a strong family unit. The society today is, however, agog with doubt and searches for the true paternity of status of children. DNA is the surest answer. However, is DNA a blessing or a curse? And are you ready for this revelation? Marian George Jitubu beams a searchlight on this issue. Let's hear from her.
Research has shown that one of the most devastating things that can happen to marriage is infidelity. Simply put, adultery, an act perceived to be an abomination condemned by all religions practiced in Nigeria. This comes to play when a woman carries pregnancy from outside of wedlock into the matrimonial home. The recent revelations in the social media space have ignited new developments by some men in search for the true paternity of their children via the deoxyribonnucleic acid DNA test. DNA is the genetic information carrying material in humans and other organisms. The question now is, are you ready for a DNA test?
It's very funny. There's no need for that at all. I don't have any need for DNA test. One, I don't suspect my wife. I don't have any reason at all, because looking at my children, the DNA is there. You don't even need to go to laboratory.
For me, if there's a trust in between the two partners, I think there is no need for that. But if there is no trust and maybe your mind is telling you something about that, it's equally good for you to go ahead and do the DNA test so that you'll be sure.
It's only when you are
you are not sincere with all, but maybe you are a kind of human being that go here and there, you'll be afraid. Because definitely the result will come out and they will know the true father of the child. Yes, as a faithful wife, why not? I will. In fact, 100%. Because there's no big deal about that, except you are doubting yourself.
It's better to know it earlier than even later. Because DNA is causing so much chaos. Now we are hearing so many stories. Like somebody who waits after training the children up to university level, you now discover.
Genetic testing has potential benefits whether the results are positive or negative. But one sure fact is that the test results can provide a sense of relief from uncertainty and help people make informed decisions.
DNA actually is the basic unit of inheritance, which is transmitted from parents, to the offspring. Okay, so, and this drives the several forms and activities that happen in a human body. It is a basic unit and determines what the human being would look like, in terms of characteristics, complexion, height, everything that a human being displays.
Just like when the sperm goes in, it's only the head that goes out. So the difference that you find, the distinction will only be from the male. That's why they collect the sample from the male and the woman, because if you check all the children, the mother's own will have the same with the child, but the dad will be, that's where you only find the difference, because the mitochondria is not gotten from the dad, it's gotten from the mom.
Findings reveal that delay in learning, knowing and accepting the truth increases the risk of developing an attachment with a child that is not biologically yours. It causes emotional pain for both parties if they subsequently realize they are not related. It is said that the truth sets free. So does the paternity DNA test, as there is no greater freedom than knowing that your children are biologically yours. But before I go, I leave you with this question. What about the children that were switched at birth? Well, that is a story for another day. In Abuja, Mariam George, Jitubo, NTA News.
Well, just like she noted, what about the children that were switched at birth and several other things that might, of course, alter the possible genuine result of a DNA test? In any case, like they said earlier, DNA test, are you ready for it? Now let's move forward. Handbags have long been one of the most indispensable fashion accessory in women's lives, and this makes us curious about the benefits it's been providing to these women. Well, NTA crew went out on a quest to find out why handbags have remained a staple in every woman's fashion repertoire. Utibe Apabio will tell us why.
Handbags have long been cherished by women as an important fashion accessory used in their daily lives. The primary purpose of handbags has been to aid in the easy conveyance of items that would rather be difficult to carry around by hand. This portable accessory has become a part of most women's dressing, and it comes in different colors, shapes and sizes. While some women prefer to use bags for its primary purpose, some prefer to use it mainly as a fashion piece, claiming that it helps complete their look.
Going out with a handbag as a lady completes your dressing. It makes it look more nicer than just going without a handbag.
I can't go out without handbag because I feel like I'm incomplete.
It adds to my beauty. It makes my fashion complete. Without handbag, your dressing is not complete. You will feel incomplete.
Apart from the fashion benefits of carrying handbags, there are lots of other benefits that come with owning one of which is the security of personal items while moving around.
Then it's advised for a lady to go out with a handbag. You can carry it with your important stuff.
It assists me to put things that I will need when I'm going out.
Good things that preserve them. Even some people running away, collecting people's phone on the street. But when you have a handbag, you put it unlocked. Before they drag the handbag on you, it will be difficult to them.
The handbag, you can carry everything that is needed for your daily activities. Like my own, I have books. Everything I need for the day is inside this handbag. Some will call it till tomorrow. Inside this handbag, you
you have like 4-bedroom flats.
Now, you would agree that handbags are significant in every woman's fashion collection. Hence, one needs to make good choices when it comes to the quality and attractiveness of a handbag used to complete any dressing for an occasion. In Uyo, Utaba Pabio, NTN News.
Well, either way, the women like their handbags. Of course, I think that back in the days, because women clothing rarely have pockets, and this may have emanated from there. Whichever way, they like their handbags to complete their fashion. Now, moving forward, Nigeria and indeed Africa is blessed with different cultural and traditional heritage, which, if not preserved, may be forgotten by generations yet unborn. And so, since tradition dance is a known culture of the nation, and it is expressed in different styles and steps depending on the background, it is imperative that the culture is not only preserved but should be taken as a form of exercise for healthy life and also as an important way to communicating traditionally. But how often do you dance, and what does dancing mean to you? Let's join Gift George as she takes us to the dance by these young people.
Dancing is said to be an excellent form of expression that allows people to explore different forms of bodily movements. For the people of the South-South region, Bayelsa State in particular, the waist dance is most appreciated. The free movement of waist and muscles of the body is so electrifying as it keeps one at the edge of your seat. According to these young dancers, it is their cultural heritage.
Dancing is a natural talent. Once it's being taught, it can no longer be referred to as dancing. But we learned the dance steps. It gives us joy while dancing because dance is part of entertainment.
Dancing is something of your mind. You do it in your own way. You don't force on to dance. It's more like a gift, a talent. You show it. You use time when you dance, you smile.
Love dancing because most times dancing releases our body. It's more like an exercise. Dancing is one of my hobbies. I love dancing.
No matter the mood you are, dancing puts you in a grooving mood to relax and forget about the worries of the past. For Sunday Digest, Gifts of the...
Well, like they said, dancing is a very important part of exercise, and of course, there is no doubt that it enhances your lifestyle, and of course, years on earth because of the frequent exercise through dance. Moving forward, do you know that sleeping has its benefit, and that the environment where you sleep contributes to the benefit you will likely derive from sleeping? Well, yours truly, who interacted with experts, is standing by with findings. So sleeping at night, different people have their different ways at which they enjoy their sleep in the night. To some people, sleeping with their lights on makes them sleep better, while others are of the opinion that keeping the lights off make them enjoy their sleep a lot more better. However, let's hear from the horse's mouth.
I think when there is light, the light is always so shine that I won't be able to sleep. I'll just feel the reflection of the light. I'll just feel as if I'm awake.
Except I hear a sound, like I want to know what is happening, then I'll put on my lights.
I don't like lights reflecting in my eyes whenever I'm sleeping. I feel comfortable with sleeping with light off.
I prefer to leave my lights off when I'm sleeping because when my light is on, it disturbs my eye and then I won't get to sleep the way I'm supposed to sleep.
Having heard what the people say about the ways they prefer sleeping at night, what do the medical experts have to say about this? Are there benefits of sleeping at night with lights on or off?
Physiologically, sleep involves a lot, and sleep can actually be classified into two types. We have the non-rapid eye movement sleep and the rapid eye movement sleep. There are quite a lot of changes. We see it in the hormonal levels, behaviorally, and the changes when we measure some activities of the brain.
Research has proven that sleeping in the dark not only improves insomnia, but also one's mental focus and alertness, as leaving the light on while asleep makes it difficult for one's brain to achieve deeper sleep, which could lead to depression, obesity, increased risk of chronic diseases, among others.
Obviously, you are free, no doubt, to enjoy your sleep whichever way you prefer. However, it is important that you also take into consideration the expert's advice while sleeping. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel. Of course, like they said, sleeping while your lights are off makes you sleep a lot better, deeper, and more relaxed. Now we will take a short break here. Newscope will continue shortly after. Don't go away.
The management of Great Memories Media Limited cordially invites the public to the official opening ceremony of a radio station, Memories 96.5 FM, under the distinguished chairmanship of Engineer Owen Okoko, Chairman CEO, Hensec Integrated Services Limited, Uyo. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Pastor Umo Basieno, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Father of the Day, His Excellency Mr. Udom Gabriel Emmanuel, immediate past Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Special guest, His Royal Majesty Oba Bola Akombi Chimson, the Jagumulu of Shomulu Bariga III, Oba of Bariga, Lagos. Date, Monday, 22nd April 2024. Venue, the open field, NTA premises, Akaitinan Road, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Time, midday. Come and be part of this memorable event. Announcer, Management.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinali Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinali Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadisem Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinali Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinali Water. Tested, trusted, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. For inquiries, call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinali Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
Welcome back and many thanks for keeping faith with us on this week's edition of the Newscope. And of course, if you're just joining us, this has been Newscope coming to you live on Star Times Channel 103 and all our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Now to the rest of the stories for the day. Since 2016, Nigerian government has embarked on the expansion of its social safety net program. Some Edo residents have given their assessment of the benefit of the safety net program against the backdrop of the rising cost of living and its impact on a substantial number of Nigerians. Obey Otobo will tell us more.
The safety net consists of government programs that are meant to provide assistance and protection for its citizens. There are, however, criteria to be eligible for these programs.
There is a National Social Register. This National Social Register has been compiled over the years, and there was a lot of participation by local government, the state, and of course the federal government. It is through this social register that the federal government is able to pre-qualify those who are eligible.
Apart from subsidizing transportation and other palliatives, President Tinubu's administration on the 18th of July last year announced plans to disburse 8,000 naira to poor Nigerians following inflation evident in high cost of commodities, especially food items. Following public opinion, however, the president mandated a review of the initiative. Some Edo residents, in their assessment, commended the program for its attempt to breach the expanding margin between the poor and rich, but are of the opinion that provision of social amenities will be a permanent solution to the economic hardship.
There are multiple benefits in social protection programs across the world. There's no doubt about that. And coming to Nigeria, when you look at the 2022 report of the National Bureau of Statistics, wherein it was stated very clearly that over 103 million Nigerians are multidimensionally poor. In government providing social protection program for the vulnerable, you bring a lot of sanity to the system.
If you provide 100 luxurious buses in Edo State, for instance, you know that you have been able to solve a problem permanently. Now for how long will you continue to give this stipend that you're going to give to people? And in most cases, once you just give them, they spend it. They get back to square one.
From the evidence available, the government has shown that it appreciates the present modus vivendi, that is suffering, way of life of the common man. But there's a proviso. How are we sure if this prima facie open initiative of the government is translated to reality for it to meet the required destinations?
I think the federal government can do more by strengthening it, possibly increase the capacity of citizens to be able to access more of such things and spread it.
For this civil society activist, government must identify the lapses of implementation and inadequate data to ensure the right people benefit from the program.
To some of us, it's a welcome development. The Nigerian government must also take it about that. To get the maximum result that is required, we expect Nigerian government to embark on a massive drive for data collection so that you are dealing with people, you know people you are dealing with. If you are dealing with the poorest of the poor, you know those you are dealing with.
The consensus is that there are multiple benefits in the social safety net program, and if properly implemented, can affect the lives of over 50 million Nigerians positively. In Benin, Obehi Utuba Presai, NTA News.
Moving forward, bones provide surface for the attachment of muscles, tendons and ligaments, and works with muscles and joints to hold animal body together and support freedom of movements. Research further shows that between 2021 and 2021, the export of raw bones grew by 64.2% from $130 million to $217 million. Now, what are bones used for? This curiosity prompted this report by correspondent Erika Ivy, who visited Abattoir in Calabar, where she will now bring us up to date of these findings.
Until a couple of years ago, science could not discover much of the numerous benefits of cattle bones, except as a nutritional content for human and animal feed, as well as agricultural purposes. But little wonder the huge economic value of the condemned cow bones and horns when recycled.
Cow bones and horns are of economic importance. Instead of throwing them away as before, we now channel them to things that will be of benefit to human.
You can use it for anything, like porridge, jam, and beans, even rice, pepper soup, even soup, okra soup. I used to use it. It's very nice. And the bone marrow I'm cutting is calcium.
It's also, some crushed it, burn it, crush it at the end of the day. That's what they use in doing all these ceramic plates, ceramic pots.
Research shows that no part of the cow is wasted if properly harnessed, as this has inspired human curiosity through modern technology to discover unique ways of converting cow bones and horns into biodegradable products, which has benefited the society.
As I'm cutting it, immediately I will remove the one, I will make use of it. Then they will come and buy it and burn it to ashes. So I don't know what they are using for.
We can use it and produce a lot of things like tiles,
glass, even the shoe that women used to wear, even breakable plates, something more than that.
Respondents say the cow bone has found itself into pharmaceutical industry and cosmetics, while the horns into leather industry. Cow as such, this has improved the quality of lives around the country. And so, there is need for government to support investment in livestock agriculture to further enhance industrialization. In Calabar, Erika Evie, NTA News.
Well, if you've been throwing away cow bones, especially those of you who work in the abattoir, you may want to have a rethink. Going forward, the hand is believed to be the gateway to the mouth. And while hygiene commitment is necessary for a safe and healthy lifestyle, an effective and affordable way to prevent diseases and save life is what the next report attempts to shed light on, with Charles Alpha as our guide.
Hand washing, also known as hand hygiene, is the act of cleaning one's hands with soap or hand wash and water to remove viruses, bacterial and microorganisms, dirt, grease or other harmful and unwanted substances stuck to the fingers.
Hands, we know, are vehicles where microorganisms are being carried.
When soap and water are not available, experts say hand sanitizer, that is at least 60% alcohol in water, can be used.
Water, clean water, soap, even some other local materials that serve as soap.
In doing this, they also recommend one washes both hands, including the tips of fingers, the palms, the thumbs, and after using the toilet for urination, defecation, cleaning a child, before feeding, and after preparing food.
Before you go to the dining hall, what do? You wash your hands. After using the restroom, you wash your hands. When you touch something that is not healthy, you wash your hands.
School children are the major targets in this campaign, and my interactions to gauge their knowledge on the subject matter prove profiting.
Good hand hygiene is critical for preventing the spread of infectious diseases and helping children lead long, happy lives.
It brings a safer environment. It reduces the risk of spreading germs.
The total washing process should be 25 seconds so that those hidden bacteria and germs can be properly be off.
The coronavirus pandemic was a major turning point on hand washing. And now that some countries have been declared free from the pandemic, hand washing and display of soap and water in public places seem to have disappeared. Does it mean we no longer need it?
Most important aspect of the prevention of that disease is preaching of hand washing. I don't need to tell you wash your hand anymore. People were washing hands, people were using hand sanitizer, but now the whole thing, because the disease has gone down, the whole thing is, people are now living that habit.
Charles Alpha, NTA News.
She was up and about her source of livelihood as a makeup artist, and in one of such occasions she lost her life in the process, leaving the social media awash with reports of the boat mishap that claimed her life alongside other Nollywood actors. Just when many may think that the last is heard of the demise of the 24-year-old Abigail Frederick, the late Akwa Ibom-born Nollywood actress, her uncompleted family house is being renovated courtesy of the Akwa Ibom State Governor. Correspondent will takes the story from here on a number of things around the quiet life of the Frederick family, whose imperative loss is better imagined. The report.
Don't leave me the born, oh! Don't leave me the born. I got 3 children. I will go raise them.
On Wednesday, the 10th of April 2024, just like any other day, young Abigail Frederick would probably have taken the wings of the morning in search of her proverbial daily bread, oblivious of the tragic event that occurred on that fateful day. The sad event that claimed the lives of Nollywood actors sent an outpouring of emotions across the country and beyond. In Akwa Ibom State, young Nollywood makeup artist Abigail Frederick was among those who couldn't make it out of the river alive. Her corpse was later buried by the river bank, and upon the news of the burial, Governor Moeno swiftly mobilized for a more decent funeral of the deceased, alongside putting measures in place for a better life for those she left behind.
You're not just governor when people are celebrating. At times like this, you are their governor too, and you become the mourner-in-chief and come round, console them, give them hope. Give them hope, and I trust that the Holy Spirit will perfect that hope in their lives. You know, it's most painful, I can tell you. We cannot leave them alone. Except things are not brought to my attention, there's no way we'll... Under this kind of situation, a young child, a young girl, fending for herself, now, you know, I can't stand here to say we will do this, but I can all assure you that I've spoken to the parents. We are here to give them succor, and by the grace of God, we'll do that.
The body had been exhumed. We brought coffin, we brought her back, and the burial was conducted. It was a sorrowful event, but again, at least she was buried decently. And then His Excellency the Governor, like you heard, when he paid a condolence visit to the family, he had directed some interventions.
Well, we are very happy to have the governor with us. It is now that we feel that our situation is being looked into. We are not alone in this.
Already, the body of the late Abigail had been exhumed from the riverbank and accorded another burial rite in her hometown. Mechanisms have also been set in motion for the speedy actualization of the governor's promises to the family. The makeup artist who died alongside popular Nollywood actor Junior Pope was a graduate of Theatre Arts, University of Uyo.
Well, we thank God for the timely intervention of the governor to this effect. Moving forward, the bond between most mothers and their sons have been generally established and upheld in some quarters to be strong, with nothing coming in between them. The reverse is the case for the 40-year-old man in our next report, who says a stranger voice caused him to do the unthinkable, leading to the death of his mother. Did he actually hear a voice saying kill her, or was there any previous misunderstanding among the two? Clement Barekwe, as on a fact-finding mission, unravels what could have led this man to commit such a crime.
Inyangake James Peter has spent almost all his life with his mother, Ma Ofyong James Peter, in the family compound located in Ipeanang village, Itimepo local government area of Akwa Ibom State. At a time, his 70-year-old mother and widow would have been expecting the best of care from her son, perhaps her reward for a 9-month pregnancy of Inyangake, who chose the path of the wicked. Kill her, is what he claims to have heard, and is simply obliged by strangling his mother to death. There is no previous record of misunderstanding between the suspect and his mother. Neither is there any information about his mental health. A psychologist gives a lead into what could have gone wrong.
This is what we call hallucination, and we see it as a false perception of object or event. He hears voices, he sees things that you do not see, he goes through the environment you are not going through.
How possible is it for someone to hear strange voices? This is one of the questions I took to the streets of Uyo.
It's normal for you to hear the re-calling of your name. Okay. Yes, that one is what shows that you are living. It comes from your subconscious, where you ask someone, did you call my name?
I mean, it's totally strange. A lot of things are happening now, but I attribute it to something else. It's not normal. It's not normal. You cannot just hear voices and then you start acting on it.
I think it's relatively abnormal. Abnormal in the sense that not everybody, hears voices and then acts on those voices.
While the suspect is cooling off in the police net awaiting further investigations, Mr. Asi has this advice.
It's not taking the guy to jail that matters. They should find out how is he living, how is his life right from the beginning, right from cradle. Was it beginning to develop tantrum and they were looking down on it? All these things at the end of the day result in violence that would take life.
Inyangake is not in the police custody alone. Another suspect, one Solomon Isaac of Ikorobong Sit in Insurubom local government area, is also cooling off in police for murdering his son last year due to a family misunderstanding. While promising discreet investigations, the police authorities in Akwa Ibom State are worried that cases of some family members killing their biological relations are rising. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Well, strange word, you must say, especially in an environment where we don't seem to care so much about our mental health. Well, it's on that sad note that we draw the curtain for this week's edition of your favorite program, The Newscope. I remain Kelvin Samuel, wishing you all the best.